Welcome back, guys, to another video. Within this video, I want to talk about proper posture. I also want to give you some exercises that are going to help improve your posture as well. Small little assess your exercises that you can incorporate into your regular routine, whether at the beginning of your workout or at the end, generally more regularly to help improve your posture. So let's get into it. Majority of our day sitting, like right now, I'm sitting at this bar. I'm sitting at my counter talking to you. And just like you, we're found ourselves sitting throughout the day, whether we work a 9 to 5 or 10 to 7 or 12 to 7, whatever it might be. The majority of us have a desk job. 8 to 3 is another time, right? And the majority of us have a desk job. And so the majority of our days are spent sitting in the seated position, whether at our computer or on the phone or maybe on a tablet or whatever it could be, but we're in the seated position throughout the day. And so a lot of us find ourselves with a lot of shoulder pain, a lot of neck pain that has just compounded over time, depending on how long we've been working and how long we've been in this seated position. And a couple of things that I want to talk about is the importance of posture, not just on our pain level, right, and improving our posture to decrease our pain, but also on a couple of different like intrinsic levels as well. You might not know this, or you might not even think about it that often, but poor posture can affect a lot of us internally, right? A lot of gut issues, a lot of other just like different aches and pains that we didn't know were attributed to our posture. And so we're going to go through different aspects of what does good posture look like, what does bad posture look like, and then you can answer the question of where you fall on that spectrum and how can we help you improve to decrease any kind of aches and pains, right? We're in the game of decreasing your aches and pains and making sure that you can make it through your day and you better than the day before, and that you can find benefits and improvement in your everyday life through regular exercise or just improving some simple little habits, right? And so that's where it boils down to posture today. So, like we've talked about before, poor posture can affect not just some neck and shoulder pain, but it can affect some other health markers and health issues. And so kind of digging into that a little bit more, right, we can get neck and back pain, which can lead to headaches and even some digestive problems. You didn't think that that was the case, but it definitely can cause those two things. It can create headaches and it can create some digestive issues as well. Outside of those two issues, right, headaches and digestive problems, it's not just a physical health thing, right? Bad posture can also affect our mood and our productivity. And if we work in corporate America or in a corporate realm where we have tasks that we have to complete by a certain time, we have deadlines that we need to meet, we have meetings that we have to be in and prepared for, then we need our productivity to be at the highest that it's ever been, right? And we need our moods to be in a positive manner, right? If we work with other individuals or if we work with clients, we have to meet with people that are outside of our normal realm. Like, we have to have a good mood, and bad posture can lead to bad moods and decreasing in our productivity, right? So when we're slouched over, we're compressing our lungs, which can decrease our oxygen flow to our brain, leaving us feeling sluggish and tired, but also can create that headache that we were talking about a little bit earlier, right? So it's not only just affecting kind of physically your body, right, but it's also affecting mentally, right? So our moods and our productivity, right? And decreasing the oxygen levels that can create tiredness and can create some sluggishness. We want to be as productive as possible throughout our day, right? So we want to make sure that we're sitting with good posture, right? And so we can see what good posture looks like in this picture here, where we're sitting up nice and tall, right? Our shoulders are almost pulled back as well. Our arms are not seated too high at our desk or seated too low, right, which forces us to round our shoulders. We're kind of at that, our desk is at that like 90-degree angle, right? If you can kind of see like this bar, you might not be able to, it sits kind of right at where my arms would be at 90 degrees, so I can be in proper positioning and proper posture. So what are some things that you can do to improve your posture throughout a regular basis? First, take account of how you sit at your desk. Do you need to adjust your seat? Right? I know in my desk in my office, my seat can adjust. This one doesn't necessarily adjust, but at a regular desk, normally our seats can adjust. And so you want to make sure that you're able to put your feet flat onto the ground. And if you can't, right, even if you brought the seat at its lowest position and you can't get your feet to the ground, grabbing a box or books, kind of stacking that so that way your knees are at that 90 degrees, right? But then also you're seated up to where your arms are also at that 90 degrees, right? We want to also be able to pull our shoulders back, right? And then kind of tuck our chin in towards our chest. And that's going to create us to sit up tall, right? You might even notice a significant difference just by pulling your shoulders back. You might even feel yourself sitting up a little bit more tall just by doing that one change. And so you want to take into account how you're sitting at your desk on a regular basis, right? Do you slouch? Are your shoulders rolled over? Do you find yourself kind of leaning into your computer a little bit more, right? Take a look, kind of take a step back and look at how you're seated and how you're positioned and adjust your chair if need be, right? Same thing as if you have a standing desk, right? If you have a standing desk, you still want your shoulders back, your chin tucked in, right? And keeping that nice neutral spine where your shoulders aren't rounded and you aren't leaning forward into that standing desk. There are definitely some exercises that can help support the smaller muscle groups within the shoulders and the neck to help improve your posture. That can help kind of strengthen those areas and stabilize those muscles, which then over time can help improve your posture by sitting at your desk as well. One of those that this is, again, these are just my 3 favorite exercises. This is not the end all be all. There's a ton more exercises out there, and then I can also give you more. I've got a ton of content within this channel as well, of different exercises, so make sure that you guys check that out. But these are my 3 favorite for helping to improve your posture. The first one's going to be your Superman shoulder rotation. Now with this one, you're starting by laying onto your stomach, right? We all know that Superman position where our arms go over our head and our feet are fully extended, right? The Superman is where you lift your chest and your legs off the ground, right? By squeezing your glutes and your core, and then you relax and come back down to the ground. Now with a Superman shoulder rotation, in this position, you're actually going to keep your feet on the ground, and you're going to lift up through that chest. Arms are going to start above your head. You're going to lift up through that chest and then rotate those arms around till you hit your low back and then bring it back to that starting position. This movement is also known as a reverse snow angel as well. So if you do go to Google it, right, or if you don't see this clip here, you can Google either Superman shoulder rotation or a reverse snow angel. All right, so again, arms are starting above our head. We're lifting up through that chest, rotating those arms from above our head to the small of our back, and then bringing it back up. This is going to help teach those smaller muscle groups to pull back and stabilize and strengthen in that back position, right? The lowering position just helps to relax and recover before we build that back up. The second movement is a bent IYNT. Now, again, this can either be done from a laying position, right? So you're laying onto your stomach, or the bent position where you're standing, right, in a hinge position and going through your I's, Y's, and T's. Again, this helps to work those smaller muscle groups of your upper back. In this position, you always, again, want to make sure that your chin is tucked in, right? Don't look up towards the heavens, right? That eliminates that neutral spine, that neutral neck position. Make sure that chin is tucked in as you go through that I, Y, and T. Now, finally, a super simple, super easy stretch for the neck would be a seated neck stretch, right? You're sitting onto either your chair at work or a bench or a chair at home, right? You're going to grab the side of that chair or whatever thing that you're sitting on. You're going to grab that on one side, and then using that opposite hand, you're going to pull that ear down towards that shoulder. So you're getting a big stretch through that neck. That should help alleviate some discomfort, some tightness that you may have developed throughout the day. I would probably hold that stretch maybe about 20 to 30 seconds per side, then relax entirely, do a couple neck circles, and then do that whole movement all over again. Now, again, these are not the end all be all. These are not the holy grail of improving posture, but they are three of my favorite and three exercises that I think that you'd be able to see some kind of instant relief and some instant changes with. And again, finally, we want to just be mindful of our posture throughout the day, right? It's super easy to forget to sit upright, or it's easy to forget to pull our shoulders back or tuck that chin. But definitely you want to make sure that you're checking in with yourself pretty regularly to correct any of our slouching or our hunching. And trust me, guys, your body will thank you for doing that check-in and improving your posture. Not only will you feel better physically and mentally, but you'll also be more productive and focused at work. And again, as busy professionals, we want to be the most successful with our jobs and with our fitness. And so if we can figure out ways to combine the two and improve both areas, we are going to be more productive and more focused, not only at work, but at home as well. So guys, super grateful, super thankful for each one of you for checking out this video. If you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you like it. If you have questions, definitely pop them into the comment section, and I will do my best to get to all of those and respond to each one of them. But hitting subscribe and hitting like just lets me know that you guys are liking this content and you're appreciating and enjoying the education that I'm providing you. If there are certain topics that you want to see or if you want to hear about, definitely drop those in the comments as well. And I will check you guys out in the next video.